Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Susan's Just Making It. I'm Susan and I'm here making stuff, messes, chaos, and just trying to make it through life. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time watching, welcome to my channel. If you like today's video, don't forget the thumbs up, everybody. It's right down here. So it takes a quick second to hit that thumbs up. It means the world to me and it really helps my channel. So I hope everyone is doing wonderful and you've had a great week so far. And today's video is another Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesday, which is a 2-channel collab with my channel, Susan's Just Making It, and Stephanie over at Glitzy Gem. Every week we use an eyeshadow palette to create a look that's a little bit out of our comfort zone, while we encourage our viewers of all ages to do the same. So grab a palette you haven't used before, try a different look, a different color story, just play with your makeup and have some fun and see what you come up with. You may surprise yourself. So today's palette that we're going to be using is the ATHR Beauty Moonlight Crystal palette. We're both going to be using this palette this week, and this is the color story. This is a gorgeous palette. I happened to find this at TJ Maxx for $4.50. That's why I grabbed it. It was a deal. And look at the beautiful blues and purples, and then we've got some grays over here. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this look, and if you came from Stephanie's channel to check out my video, that's really awesome. I really appreciate it. And if you started with my video, make sure you go over and see what Stephanie did with the same palette. A link to her video will be right down in the description box to make it easy for you to just bop over there and see what she did. So I took a look at this palette before I sat down to film to see kind of what colors I wanted to use, and I think I'm going to stay over here with the lighter colors just because we're still in summer, so I want to stay light. Maybe as it gets later in the summer I would try these, or for an evening look, but I'm going to do a daytime look, so I'm going to stay over here with the light colors. So I'm going to see what I can do with them. I'm not going to swatch them because I don't want the video to be long. I'm trying to get my videos down to a more manageable length, which is becoming a struggle, but I am trying. Just trying to see what I've got for brushes here. I'm going to go in with this shadow brush. It's just a shadow brush, and most of these are shimmers. There's only a couple mattes in here, so this is going to be a shimmery look because that's mostly what the palette is. But I'm going to go in with this neutrally shade right here, and there's no color names on them, so, but this is more of I don't know, like a tan shimmer. So I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade, and I'm just going to put it, there's no mirror in the ATHR Beauty palettes, no mirror or magnets, so that the packaging is recyclable once you're done with it. So I'm just going to use this hand mirror, and I'm just going to go in with this over my crease and use it as a transition shade to build on. And I'm not used to working with all shimmers, so we'll see how this goes. I'm used to working with either a mix of matte and shimmers or just mattes. So this should be interesting. I've never worked with just shimmers. I mean, I may have, but I probably don't remember. Not recently, anyway. So we'll see how it goes with no mattes. So I hope everyone's week has been great so far. Only a couple more days after this till the weekend, so gotta enjoy those weekends while summer lasts. It's hard to believe it's, you know, more than halfway through July already, but it is. So for those of you that aren't aware or haven't been on YouTube much, I have a couple giveaways in the works right now. My eyeshadow palette collection giveaway is still running through Saturday. I just put up a video, my Mask Monday video also has a giveaway in it, and I just put up a video yesterday with a Twisted Silver haul that also has a giveaway in it. So if you haven't watched those videos, make sure you head over and check them out and enter for a chance to win if if there's anything in the giveaways that you're interested in. So usually don't have 3 of them running at once, but it just worked out that way. So it really doesn't show up. It's a very light color. So put this in the mirror closer to me so I can kind of see a little bit better. Yeah, it's not really showing up, but it's a nice little transition to build on, I guess. I kind of wish it was matte, but it's not. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, let's see, I think I'm going to go in with the light different. The colors look different. I thought this one was a gray, but it actually has a little bit of a bluish tinge to it. I'm going to go in next with this purple right here. Not the lightest purple, but it's like a medium shade. There's a darker one, then a medium, then a light. And this is a really deep, intense purple there. But I'm going to go in with like this medium purple. I'm going to use the same, go ahead and use the same brush. And I'm going to go in right above my crease. I try to go slightly above my crease and not in my crease because of my hooded eyes. If I go right in my crease, it's not really going to show up. And I like this brush. I don't remember where I got this, but I don't even think I used this before. This is the lighter colored ends. I was kind of putting up because I didn't want them to get all stained, but that's what they're for, is to use. So I think this is the first time I use this brush, and I should have been using it sooner because I like that it's fluffy, but it's got a little bit of a taper to it, if you can see. So it's really working well. May become one of my new favorites. I do have some brushes that I grab for all the time, and others I don't so much. So I'm just gonna wipe as much as I can. I try not to use like 5,000 brushes when I'm doing an eyeshadow look. If I can get away with it, I try to use just 1 or 2. So there's no way to get away from any purples in this look. The palette's got a lot of purples in it, and I like purple anyway, so it is not an issue. So there's the purple above my crease. Okay, next I think I want to try, I wasn't sure which shade I wanted to try next. I was really loving this turquoise color. It is gorgeous. But I actually think I'm going to go in with, and then I debated this green. It's more like a true green, but it's a shimmer. But I think I'm going to go in with this. It seems to me to have a shift to it, because right now it looks almost navy, and when I move it this way it has more of a teal look. So I think it's got a little bit of a shift to it. But I'm going to pick this up. Like I said, I'm just going to use the same brush because why dirty 5,000, and the shape of this is working really well. So I went in with that color, and I am going to go in first on my outer corner here. This is really shimmery, so I don't know how well it's going to go on, but I guess we're going to see in a minute. I always have a harder time with my left eye. Now that I'm putting this on, I'm not sure. I'm really liking this color. So I'm going to change my plan. I thought I had a plan, but I don't know that I'm liking this color once it's going on my eyes. So I'm just going to kind of try to blend it out a little bit so I can go over it with another color. If the plan doesn't work, sometimes you just change it up a little. So, not liking that color as much as I thought I would, which is too bad because it looks really pretty in the pan. But I'm not crazy about it on my eyes. So, I guess I get to dig into that turquoise. That's, I guess, the color I was meant to use today. So I'm just going to go right over where I started with that other color. Whoa, this has got some pigment to it. And yes, I always make a mess over here. I'll clean it up with wipes after I get more color on, because I'll probably tend to make more of a mess before I'm done. Wow, those turquoises. Wow. It's okay. It's okay. We're definitely going to blend some of this out. Gotta pick up a little bit more of that turquoise. And I'm going to go in the inner corner a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. I'll try to do something just a tiny bit different than what I usually do, so you guys don't see me doing the same look over and over and get bored. Oh, she just does the same thing but with different colors. So we're going to try something a little bit different, because why not? Here I said I was going to try to stay on the lighter side. Oh yeah, I ain't going to look too light after all. I kind of planned for it to be a lighter look, but it might be a little bit more dramatic. Still going to pick up more of the turquoise, and now I'm just going to go actually in my crease. I'm going to try to be a little careful. I always have a hard time seeing over on this side. I don't want to cover up all that purple, so I'm trying to be a little careful. Alright. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and makeup wipe and clean up some of this where the turquoise got a little carried away in that outer corner there. So I can kind of see what I'm doing without this extra mess. So who's been playing with some different palettes since the collab started? I'm wondering if it's encouraged you guys to get a little bolder at all and try something new. And if you have, go ahead and let us know, you know, that you decided to try something different after watching some of these looks. I'm curious to know, because believe me, some of the palettes that we've used so far in the collab, if it wasn't for the collab, I probably would not have touched them. But I'm finding that getting out of your comfort zone is always a bad thing, because I've touched palettes I normally wouldn't and I end up really liking them. So you never know. So as you can see, I left like the middle of my lid pretty bare. This one got covered up a little bit more, but it's okay. So I was originally thinking I'm going to try to go in with this, the palest purple here. Let's see, my ring light's making it hard. See, it's like a really pale purple. So I'm going to try to go in that space that I left with this. If it doesn't work good with the brush, I will use my fingers. Let's see, I use this mirror so I can see up closer. One of the perks of getting older, you can't see anything. Without my glasses, oh my goodness. It was quite a few years before I needed glasses, but once I needed them, yeah, pretty dependent on them. Seems like once something starts to go, it really starts to go. I didn't have a problem with my eyesight till the last couple years, and it just seems to be going downhill pretty quick. Those of you that are around my age know what I'm talking about. Those that aren't my age yet, you'll find out. This isn't as shimmery as I thought it would be. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I find that just looking at a palette, just looking at the pans, you really can't tell until you start playing with it and putting it on your skin. Just looking at it in the palette can be very deceiving, I'm finding. I've had palettes that look gorgeous in the colors look gorgeous in the palette, and then once I put them on, I hate the colors, and vice versa. Some that I'm not impressed with in the palette, I put them on and they end up looking way nicer than I anticipated. So it's always a good idea to swatch a new palette to get an idea of how it's going to look. And like practice what I preach, I did not swatch this. I just dove into it. I mean, whatever you're comfortable doing. I didn't notice too much fallout until this color. I mean, the turquoise a little bit, just because I wasn't being careful. But this one, there's a little bit of fallout there. So, I brush to try. See if I can brush some of it away. I'm gonna have to get in there with a makeup wipe. Okay, I'm trying to think, because this color I was expecting to be a little bit more of a shimmer to it, so I'm trying to decide how happy I am with that, or if I want to do something else. I'll clear it up better when I go to put my liner and stuff on. Just trying to decide what I'm doing here. I'm going to go back in with the turquoise, just a little bit on the tip, and just put that color back where I put that light shade in the middle of my lid, because I think it blended away a little bit of the turquoise. I'm trying to decide. That purple's, I don't know, a little paler than I wanted. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do something a little different. I'm going to go ahead and try this out. Just trying to swatch those two colors. I just swatched the two grayish colors, this one and this one. And as you can see, the one has a little bit more of a brownish tinge to it, and the other one's really silvery. I was gonna use the silver one for my inner corner, but I mean the very inner corner, but I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna try to maybe I have better luck going in with my finger. Where I put that real pale purple in the middle, I'm not happy with it. I don't think it's just quite enough contrast for me, so I'm gonna try to put the gray there and see if it pops just a little bit more. Yeah, this is more what I'm looking for that contrast. Yep, much better. Well, to me anyway. Maybe you guys like the other way, but with the lavender, that didn't pop as much, but I wanted more of a contrast. So yeah, that definitely works. Take the same brush I've been using. It's gonna be great if I can get away with only one brush for the whole eyeshadow look. And I'm just gonna soften around there so it's not so harsh of a line. Let's see. No matter what look, the light's a little bit different. I'm gonna pick up a tiny bit more of that turquoise. I feel like it's not quite as dark on this eye. I don't know how that happens, but maybe I wiped away too much over here. It's nothing that can't be fixed most of the time, unless you're working with some major intense bold colors. Then sometimes it might be a little bit harder to fix, but for the most part you can usually fix it. And even when I try to do different looks, I feel like they still look similar aside from the colors, and I think a lot of it's just the shape of my eyes. There's only so much you can do. I'm going to go back in and pick up that purple that I used and just bring it back in a little bit deeper. I feel like some of it got blended away, so we'll just bring some of that back. Because why be afraid of color? It's bold, but I don't know. I have my one sister, well, my older sister doesn't wear makeup at all. My younger sister, she wears makeup every day whether she leaves the house or not. I'm not. I love my makeup, but if I'm just sitting in the house, I mean, I am today, but for the most part, if I'm just bumming around the house, I'll put it that way. If I'm not filming or going anywhere, I'm too lazy to sit down and put makeup on. My younger sister puts makeup on every day whether she leaves the house or not, which if that's what makes you feel good, hey, you know, hey, whatever makes you feel good or put together, whatever, more power to you. But she's also very much a neutral makeup person. She does her makeup every day, but it's pretty neutral. So when I come in with color, she's just like, aren't you a little old for that? I'm like, no. Age is just a number. You're only as old as you feel. Now, some days I still feel like I'm young, 20-something, and other days I feel like I'm about 150. Depends on the day. It depends on the day. So, I think I'm pretty happy with that blended in. I just didn't want it too dark. Depends on whatever day you ask me. So, I think that's pretty happy with. Now I'm finding that some days, depending on the palette, I'm not putting a color right under my brow bone. Just for the mere fact that some palettes I just don't feel give you a color to really do that with. I mean, I could go in with that transition shade, but I think it has just a little bit more shimmer than I want. Or I could go in with this other one that I tried that had a little bit of a brownish to it. But I'm just not sure. And I don't want to go in with the silver from the middle of my lid because that's just a little, it still has too much shimmer and is a little lighter than I want. I'm going to pick up that other grayish color. It's a mix almost between a gray and a brown. I hope the colors are showing true. I don't feel like they are. And I'm getting like eyeshadow all over my shirt. But I guess it's okay. I'm going to try to go in with a very light hand and put it under my brow. Because I don't want a lot of shimmer and I don't want it too light. Okay, maybe this is going to work. It's not too shimmery or too light. I think it's going to work. Oh yeah. See the difference? How much deeper this looks? Like deeper and put together. And this just looks unfinished. Yeah, I'm glad I decided to. It made a much bigger difference than I thought it was going to. It's funny how such a small thing can make a difference in something looking more polished and put together. I didn't realize it would even make that much of a difference, but it definitely, oh, it definitely did. Okay, so I was trying to go with a light daytime look and it turned into more of an evening look, but that's okay. It's all good. If I do decide to go somewhere and it happens to be toward evening, I guess I'm set. As far as I will go, it's probably the Family Dollar, so it's okay. You don't have to have an occasion to get your makeup out and play with it. So I think for the most part, I am pretty much done. I wanted to try to do something a little bit different. It's kind of a little bit leans toward a halo eye, which I'm noticed that a little bit of this turquoise got blended away right there. I'm going to go ahead and get off camera. This came together a lot easier than I thought. I'm going to go ahead and take the little silver color that I put in the middle, and I'm just going to do a little touch in the inner corner, put on some liner, some mascara, light lip color, and I'll be right back, and we'll look at this, the final look, and I'll call it done. I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back with the completed look. So let's see, I finished off the look by, I put that light silvery color on my inner corner. I did my waterline with a white liner, and I did under my lower lash line with this purple, it says Neon Gel eyeliner from LA Colors. It's a nice liner for just like a think $1 or $2, something like that. Put mascara on, and then for my lips I use this NYX matte lipstick, and I tried to find a color, and yes, I even put my glasses on, and for the life of me I cannot find a color on here. But with it being matte, sometimes, you know, it's got that dry feeling, so I went in with my Galactic Rose Lip Gloss, and this is what I ended up with. Now, when we do our Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesdays, we usually come in with a bare face. All I do is kind of fill in my brows and put eyeshadow primer on. So that's all I have are my eyes and lips done. But I think it turned out pretty well. Probably if I had put foundation, a little bit of blush, we would have had a nice finished look. But this is the final look for my eyes. A little bit of a similar to a halo eye with a lighter center, but I like this palette. We'll definitely be using it again. Like I said, I originally had a plan of doing a summery daytime light look, and it turned a little bit darker and more dramatic, but that's okay. So yeah, here's the palette once again. The beautiful colors. You got your deeper colors on this side, and then your lighter colors over here. So staying with the lighter shades and having it this dramatic, I'm not sure about dipping into the darker shades. That definitely would be wow. But anyway, if you like the look I created and the look that Stephanie created, which I'm anxious to get over there and see what she did, definitely a palette worth picking up. I want to get my eyes I want to get my hands on the Desert Sunset palette as well. That's a gorgeous palette. So very happy to have found that for $4.50. You can let me know what you think down in the comments about my look. I mean, did I pull it off pretty good? I don't know. I think I did okay. So don't forget the thumbs up if you haven't already, and don't forget to go check out Stephanie if you haven't already. And again, any feedback's appreciated. Let me know what you think. Are there any other palettes you have in mind that we should try? Let us know what you think. It's not about us just getting out of our comfort zone. We want to do that, but at the same time we want to, you know, put out content that you guys enjoy, you know, seeing. So if you have any input that's helpful, we do definitely appreciate that and try to accommodate it. So feel free to let us know what you think down below. And until next Wednesday, bye everybody.